You funny man. Liam's gonna kill you.
Alright,
Insane on that one.
So, let's go. Alright, a little bit of catch up. Obviously, you need to catch up every time because you remember nothing. Ever. Right? So, you guys reached the ship where you found Alia's brother had, killed. Just then, all of the lights go out on the rust monster, and Alia's brother rises as a weird tentacled eldritch corpse. You defeat that and put him down, and then move further into the ship, where you end up fighting Kai and Della, who had transformed into a pile of cosmic maggots and killed a bunch of Imperial forces that attacked her and gone into some sort of rage. After putting her down and giving her the eye, she promises the party rewards for their service, but apologises that she's exhausted after the fight. Alia storms off to go fix the ship, clearly in a mood. And Everest begins cleaning up and moving the bodies to the airlock. The crew then move further into the solar system and use the ship's stealth abilities to hide from Imperial patrols. You spend up to nearly 30 hours on a small asteroid, hidden away from the rest of the solar, while Kai and Della and the rest of you had a full day's rest. She then uses her powers to give Everest basically a giant barbecue. It was like a hard light barbecue that moved up, that shrunk, and then so you could carry it in your pocket. And then she used her arc drive teleportation abilities to shoot the crew the other side of Titan's Reach to a place called Drake's Rest, a system in the Soul Kingdoms, where she thinks her other eye could be. Once there, you guys are hailed by an elvish ship called the Oak, who asks if you're here with the conglomerate. Everest says no, and then the party head inward of the solar system towards a planet called Champion Stone and its capital known as Rest. A little bit of we'll rewind to a description system, in case you've forgotten, that a central green star surrounded by a almost transparent force field lets out like greenish, ghoulish light to the rest of the system. But all 4 planets are actually placed about 1 AU out, so they all orbit from above, like in north, south, east, west, but they're all the same distance from the star. We had 4 planets to choose from, and I believe you guys decided to picked the grey planet, known as Champion Stone, to move to. I'll give you a quick description of the rest of the system. So you had a planet called Dragon's Eye, a ocean planet in the northern part of the solar system. You had Champion Stone in the east, a grey planet. You had Spire's Demise in the south, a lush green planet. And in the west, the Endless Underdark, a shadowy, dark desert planet. But the crew decided to move inwards at fast speed towards Champion Stone, and in an attempt to at least remove the boarding barge that is attached to the side of your ship. So, over to the crew. You've got probably about 4 hours till you reach this planet.
So how long do we think this is going to take?
What, 4 hours?
No. Taking that thing out.
Oh, truth be told, I've never been on a ship that had, its airlock ripped out and a shuttle attached. I think we'll be there a day or something, depends on how fast they are.
It'd be a big job.
Maybe if you let them do a really shitty patch job, we can leave earlier. It's not like the ship can look any worse.
It's very true.
so just to let you guys know, Kyandela is sitting at... Arno, you're a fan.
What about it?
Making a fapping noise.
Yeah, it sounds like someone clapping. Let's put it that way.
That's
Anyway,
really weird. It's not even anywhere near hitting the mic.
happens. Happy fans, yo.
Gone now?
Yep. Yeah, so Kyandela is currently situated on the sofa in the main deck. She seems to be relaxing as she leans back, one blue eye open. She's moving her hands in like a figure of 8. See like blue arc energy on the tips of her fingers. She's just watching herself cast.
Alright.
Because I'll be honest with you, I do not know exactly where in the system I is. Sense its presence, not its distance.
Any thoughts on how to seek that?
Well, it would be a great power source.
Bring, perhaps?
Indeed.
Like, gazes out the window at the star.
she kind of follows your gaze and then looks back at you, Tane, and says, "No, the eye is not as large as that."
Yeah, thoughts, arrest? Can we scan for power sources? Are you able to do that?
Everest able to scan for power sources?
Not in particular, no. Specific.
I can scan for the closest space KFC. That's a power source for me.
Oh.
I can't scan for magical power sources.
Just a no would have been fine.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. We found the first eye at like one of the richest corporations in the system making some wonder product. So what if we just figure out what the richest place in this system is and go from there?
Yeah, can do.
I guess I'll have you can all have an eased intelligence check for knowledge to do with this system because you have this ship search.
Say all of us.
Well,
Yeah, all of you have an eased. So it'll be difficulty 5 reduced to difficulty 4.
I'll effort it.
Well, somehow, Orlon, who's a week old, knows so much.
He's really taking his time on Space Google.
I told you, I had a lot of time space Googling at the palace, trying to learn stuff, so he is very, very adept at Google Foo now.
That's very true. Alright, so Alia and Everest both both know that the most populated place is Champion Stone, which you're heading towards, and that it's probably the richest planet. However, Orlon, your Google Foo recalls a few names of this system that you noted after Kyandela had mentioned you'd be traveling here. That they have this planet has a leader called Astroseer Jordan Olabo, rumored to be a very powerful mage, as in beyond the power of any mortal. You remember the little details of that. Despite him being a dwarf and only having a short lifespan, he's lived 55 lives. Like, they're called regenerations. He seems to just be reborn.
Okay. I guess Orlon pulls up his space wiki page. This guy. Something about him strikes me. Powerful magic user. He's lived centuries. I reckon he's been in contact with the Eye. Or if not, he knows about it.
But then we'd be dealing with a high-powered magic user. It's really dangerous.
Goodness.
I'd rather go to Space KFC. You know, there's 7 spices, one of them could be the Eye. There's no way to tell.
I'm surprised you'd want to go. Now you've got your grill.
No, that's fair. I now have my own 7 secret spices.
Oh.
Dread to think.
The secret final one is love. Because I put my heart into it.
Tried really, really hard not to roast you because my mum taught me really hard not to burn trash.
Earlier, roast, was that a grill pun?
Just getting into the spirit of things. We've got several hours to kill, after all.
Everest, up on the bridge, as you approach Champion Stone, there are, like your typical advertisements floating about the usual traffic lanes. One of them does direct you to what looks like, it's like a green hologram. And it says EFC. Oh, it's like you've come to that part of town where they've got like a rip-off.
Oh no.
And you see on the hologram like an elf, like with luscious like blonde locks, these purple glasses, and he's pointing with a thumbs up towards you, and it's telling you to visit EFC.
Never trust an elf to cook. I only go into dwarven-owned restaurants. They know how to handle fire.
Okay. And
Elves make really good underwear, though. My favorite underwear brand is Elven.
I've only got one pair.
We really need to fix that then.
Brow underwear is made of spider silk.
Like being captured by a drow dominatrix queen.
Brilliant.
Which is really expensive, by the way.
Really
Anyway.
noted.
So,
Everest steers for the next repair station.
yeah, so as you approach Champion Stone, you get closer and closer, and you realise that the planet itself has no moons, for one, and that it's completely grey uniform. And there is space traffic around it in satellites. And before you get close enough, the ship brings up the information. So, quickly you realise that this planet is not a planet. It's a megastructure. Big enough to be a planet, but it's obviously been created or manufactured. It looks to be made out of thousands upon thousands of different large metallic plates. And on those plates seem to be megacities stretching all the way across it. As you approach, you see this, obviously from where you are, you can see the most populated part of these plates. And your ship HUD brings up the name of the capital city Rest, brings up like a sort of holographic image and points towards Centria Temple, place for ship to land.
Okay, we should have probably come up with this during the last 4 hours of travel. What are we going to tell people happened to our ship to have an Imperial landing shuttle stuck in it?
How is it stuck exactly? Like, is it... Can you describe that a little bit in detail?
Yeah, I did last time. So the way that they board most of the time is if they can, they'll get to an open airlock, right? So it maneuvers itself, slams in, blows open your airlock, and then men pour out the barge. But that's what's happened to yours. But sometimes they come with like teeth, almost like worm teeth, like from Dune. They then part, piercing and then part, like opening up the steel hole and then men pour in. But this one has blown the airlock off, so it's attached to it.
I think they'll buy it if we said they were on a crash course with some stellar object, and we saved them by just having them crash into our airlock, so they could safely get off their ship.
It is quite outrageous. Maybe if we lie well. What if we say we recently purchased this and it was up for cheaps because of the
Yeah, that
obvious...
works, yeah.
Do people here even care for the Imperium?
Not been here in a while. Maybe no one's gonna ask. I don't think we should broach the subject.
When asked, right? And not until then.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you breached what like artificial atmosphere this megastructure has, and you head towards rest, you can see the entire planet is like smothered in traffic, like air traffic. Everything's like in these huge dragonfly-looking contraptions. But then you see between the gaps of the metallic plates, there's at least like a kilometer gap between these metallic plates as they stretch across the horizon. You see there's ways down, and your ship's HUD explains that underneath the plates there's like miles upon hundreds and thousands of miles of slums plates that like they're attached to the gantries and all of the inner workings. But for now, your ship heads towards Centria Temple, and you pass over one of the points of interest that your ship then like scans and gets the information. The Memorian Stone, it's called. This huge crystal, right? It's like maybe 500 meters tall, floating off this huge like, circular platform. It seems to float and emit light to the rest of the city. The description comes up saying this is where the people who live here store their data cores before they die. And you pass over that towards this large, square, blocky building that's slightly angled. It almost looks like a mountain from a distance, like a big grey plate mountain. And as you approach it, you see there are ships coming on and off of it, disappearing. And as you approach and get closer, you realise just the size of this building, this huge building. It's got at least at the top, it's at least 20 kilometers in diameter. And as you approach, you are hailed, Everest. You do get the voice come through. Identification, Rust Monster? Send over any keys, please.
Everest like sends down, I guess, you know, it's like if you have a car, you have a car.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like gets that out of the glove compartment.
So you send it over, you flick it to the hologram, and eventually you see this image of an elf. Hair shorn short, very military looking with pauldrons, like he stands to attention. Scanning now, Rust Monster, and then an image of your ship comes up on his side, and then he seems to move it round, put like his hands, and you see that like the elves of this system are scary looking. Like as he smiles, they have nothing but fangs. Like their mouth's just filled with fangs, right? Rows of them. They're not just the front, they seem to be in the back as well. And their smile seems to be a little too big. Their face seems to be a little bit too angular to be human. Their ears very similar to human, but with slight points, and like ridged all along the top. And then he goes, Rust Monster, can I ask why you have an Imperial barge attached to your ship?
We recently acquired this ship from the people that got Imperial barged.
Excuse me?
Well, it was in police custody, we bid on it, and we purchased it.
Oh. Can you make me a persuasion check with intelligence? Difficulty, let's go 3.
I'm gonna edge for this. Alright. Instead of subtracting 2, I set it to 2.
Ouch.
Oh my god, I failed it.
No. Because you entered, right? So it's +1. Oh, you needed 3. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I spent 1 XP to reroll it.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Fucking bullshit.
He says, "Please land in bay," and then he basically lifts off. Basically says something in Elvish. It's like Roman numerals, basically saying that out loud. It's really complicated. And he says, "Don't be alarmed, but we will be sending a patrol crew over just to make sure you are who you say you are. We have records saying that the Rust Monster is registered to the." He goes, he focuses the Onkrul family. Now they're quite major players in Imperial dynasties, no? So if you've stolen the ship, we just want to clear up that you haven't been followed. Stay where you are, land, stay where you are. We'll send over some guards.
We will be happy to answer any question. And he shuts down communication. This is the pilot speaking. They're sending down a squad to check who we are. And we have a warrant on us. I'm pretty sure, so... Start thinking while I land. And Everest begins to fly where he was told to fly to.
Yeah, and as you get closer, Everest, you're like, oh shit. And warnings come up on the left of a screen. Suddenly you're getting first of all it's 5 warnings, then 8, then 20, then 25, and it's particle lance lock-ons.
Possibly go right.
He opens the comms channel back up. Isn't this a bit early to lock on the ship?
Oh, no, of course we just want to make sure you don't make a run for it.
Oh no, we would never. I saw you have an EFC here. Why would we ever leave a planet that has an EFC?
He narrows his violet eyes at you, and then smiles, and the smile's just not nice, It's creepy as hell. It's like his whole... It's like he's got a shark mouth, And then he says, "Ah, a delicacy. Plant-based meat at its finest."
I'm a big veggie guy.
Anyway, the lock-ons are just a security measure. Of course, we're not going to tear the ship apart.
Wouldn't take much, right? He shuts down comms. Yeah, he continues steering the ship.
So go to land. Go on, Todd.
Well, no, I was just going to go to the bridge, considering that sounds like a pretty horrific announcement, and not much troubleshooting seems to be going on. Is there an option to turn around?
Well, they have locked on us, so we could, but with a lot less ship. The amount of ship we would have at the end would be greatly reduced.
Is there anything else?
We could, no. We can jump from here to a gate. Maybe. They don't know we have an arc drive.
Do we? Or do we even know if she can do it again?
Well, you'd have to ask her. I'm busy convincing the space vegetarian shark elves not to kill us.
See if we can get Orlon up here on the comms.
Okay, you think Orlon is a good diplomat?
No, but I'm not asking her, but he definitely can.
Orlon, can you come to the... What is the thing I'm in? Cockpit.
Bridge, but yeah.
I'm on my way. Daniel, head there.
Okay.
Okay, Orlon. We would like you to ask our beloved Space Witch Queen to arc jump us again.
Why? I've only just got here.
Yes. And we really shouldn't have. I think we might have to paint our ship pink or something. Or change our identification.
Why?
Because these people are gonna murder us once they find out that we've betrayed the Imperium.
Seems strange. What interest do they have with the Imperium?
Do you want me to turn on comms? Do you want to ask them?
If you want me to.
Yeah.
No, that was sarcasm.
Oh,
I would really like to go with the arc jump thing.
okay. He turns around and walks off.
And Everest, like, stealthily begins to set coordinates for... Like, what's the next best arcade we could jump to?
You know, something Orlon did say does seem weird. Why do they care if we have trouble with the Imperium?
Do you want to ask them? You're a better diplomat than me.
I mean, I can, but I can't really use my name this time. It'll be... Yeah, patch me through.
And Everest hails them again?
Yeah, the same elf like seems to turn and he's looking at his nails and he goes, "Hello again."
You know, hiya. She puts on like the fakest sort of over-the-top voice as possible. I was just wondering if you care to explain why you have weapons trained on us. We'd really like to use your facilities. I'm the captain of this ship. I speak for my crew. We're a little concerned.
Don't be concerned, it's just a precaution.
We're on our own ship, you see, so
Oh yeah,
a
that makes it
precaution
easier.
seems unnecessary.
Oh, no, it's precaution. It's just how we do it here. Just land your ship, talk to the captain, and be on your way.
Just like that.
Yes.
And in what circumstances could we not be on our way?
That's a good question. Who are you?
I'm the captain of this ship.
Oh, I thought I was talking to the captain. The vegetarian.
That's me, vegetarian and pilot. I love planes and carrots.
Look, it's just a precaution, Captain. Land your ship, check it out. Be on your way.
Very well. If you're not prepared to answer my question, I guess I'll have to see upon our arrival. Thank you.
Okay.
She switches the button off. Alright, take her in. If we notice anything fishy, we'll just jump right out of the gate.
Well, I can't. Do you want me to jump from land position?
No, but I mean, how far away are we from landing? We're waiting for Orlon to get back, really, aren't we? We're going to be sweating.
Yeah, like you're quite close now.
But you agree, he's really creepy, right? We're not gonna land.
The plan is not to land.
Everest's plan is not to land, but he's not the captain. Do you want me to land? Do you trust the space elf?
Well, trust, no, but I didn't really think they were going to arrest him and/or kill us. The security measures seem a bit excessive, though. But I don't know what kind of public they get around here. Orlon, do you know?
Orlon's off, I assume.
Oh yeah,
Unless someone's called him back.
Never mind. Well, I didn't get that vibe anyway. To me, it just felt like they being a bit overly cautious, but maybe that's just because they got a lot of facilities. I mean, it's not like they installed the guns for us, right? They just were there already and they're using them cautiously. So maybe I'm being naive. I don't know.
Well, we do have to make a decision. I have to land now.
Alright,
So
so
I say let's land.
So, Orlon, you went to go talk to Kyan.
Yes.
She looks over to you, almost bored. Yes, my knight?
A request from the captain, my queen. She asks if we can jump again.
Possible.
Very well. He bows, turns, and walks off.
Wait, Orlon.
Yes, my
Not
queen.
strictly impossible. Do it again, I can't guarantee a safe destination. Magic is wild and chaotic. Control it more than several times in a few hours is going.
Very well. I'll explain the nuances to them. Okay.
And weirdly, she follows you. Like this is like one of the first times she's been up to the bridge. We are having troubles.
They seem to care a bit more about our ship identification than first expected.
And that's a problem.
Well, I don't know yet, but if you look at this screen and that screen, all those red dots mean that they have their target set on us. Oh, not that one, that's a source spec. Ignore the source.
No. They are mere cantrips. I wouldn't worry about those.
Okay, landing. Everest begins landing maneuvers.
Yep, the ship shudders.
And he wipes away the source.
The ship shudders as it lands, and from the rear of the ship, you begin to hear the sounds of like the mechanics, and then you hear the magnetic plate kick in. Ship stuck, locked down, and then you are hailed once more. And this time you see another elf. Name. Yeah, and this one has hair tied into a top ponytail with shaved sides. And he goes, Vance Kerensky here. Can you open the back of your ship, please?
Naturally. And he opens the back of the ship.
And yeah, you guys do hear below you, like, them entering your ship. Eventually, the Vance that you saw on the hologram appears up at operations, and he's got about 5 guards behind him, all with particle lances. They're holding them at the side, and he says, "Howdy, name's Vance, captain here. Can I take a look at the boarding barge?"
Oh, please follow me. I'm Jürgen van Strudel, a big lettuce guy, big fan of lettuce, and he leads them to the boarding barge.
And as the boarding barge opens, the smell of the corpses hits him first. Looks at it, turns to you, looks at the corpses in the boarding barge, scratches the back of his neck, and he goes, "Now, this ain't none of my business, really. What the fuck are all those?" They don't look like Imperial Guards, they don't look like anything. It's just, it looks like a pile of organs and flesh and hideous creatures. Now, I can't say they look like sentient life. I'd like to know what they are. And he like brings a handkerchief to his nose.
Well, we
He
were
has strange sex parties.
Well, I do have strange sex parties, but this meat is unrelated. We were transporting live sheep, and we were running out of resources. So we thought we'd kill all the live sheep, and we quickly realized we couldn't really store that much meat. So we came into a situation where we had a lot of excess meat. So we threw it into the boarding barge, which came attached with the ship.
The captain turns to you, Alia. He's like, Captain, is this a true story as he tells it?
Yeah, that's pretty much the measure of it.
And you're not omitting anything? No small details? Like why your sheep has a tentacle?
Alien sheep.
Like, he's got no guards beside him. He goes, now, I'm not a fucking stupid elf. And as he smiles, you see those rows of shark-like teeth. Just hand over the salt, and we'll bypass this little discretion. So, by the way, golden salt is the name of the currency in this.
We haven't been to a currency exchange yet.
What do
We
you
can-
have?
A bunch of credits.
Credits. They'll do.
We have quite a lot of credits, don't we?
We do have quite a lot of credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you took half for a job you never did.
Well, we did kind of do the job. We got to the place, just left there immediately.
Checking some credits. How many credits does he look like he wants?
It just... I'll let you be the judge of that.
I don't know the credits.
I've never had money to bribe someone, so I've never bribed someone before.
Looks like I've got 2,358 credits.
Oh yeah, you should have a lot more than that, but I guess...
Yeah. But I think that's like the credits I've got on me, if that makes sense.
Wait, let me check my sheet. We had like a shit ton of... Didn't we have like 250,000 or some nonsense like that?
Oh, I think you all got 15k each.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it says 13,000 on him still. 14,000 even.
You chuck him. Well, I mean, help me out with. I mean, I haven't bought anything in this game yet, so help me out with sort of like general stock. I don't want to overblow it here and give him.
You would have 15,000 credits on top of what you have now.
No, as in what I should be giving him here, because I don't want to give him like 1,000 credits if that's too much.
Yeah, but what if you're like the type of noble that goes a banana? How much could it cost? Do you know how much credits you would take to bribe
She
someone?
doesn't know how much. Yeah, exactly. She wouldn't know anyway. She just looks a bit lost.
Would Everest know how much, like, to bribe someone?
Yeah, about 500 is about right.
Everest gives him 600 and says, I'll come up with a much better story next time.
Well, that's your business, friend, sheep eater. I was told you were vegetarian, but never mind.
A big watermelon guy. Is that a fruit or a vegetable?
How much do you want for the barge? Assuming you want to get rid of it.
We do want to get rid of it. You want it?
Why wouldn't I? State-of-the-art technology.
What would you give us for the barge?
He seems to move his jaw thoughtfully, and as he does, his teeth grind, and you can hear it. How about you clean it up and get rid of that shit in there? Me and my men take the barge off, take it for scrap parts for 5,000 salt.
That's
How about
a really
you
good
double
deal.
that?
What was that, Anna?
How about you double that?
Is that so?
We'll clean up real nice.
Double's a bit too much. I mean, assuming you haven't haggled that much, but double's just fucking ridiculous.
Well, so is 5k.
5k's enough.
If you want to clean it yourself, 5k is enough.
Now, here's what I'm interested in. Our ship doesn't have much in terms of weaponry. We would like some weaponry.
Now, as much as I'd like to sell you some weaponry, that's not my purview.
Okay, shame. I would have been nice.
So, what's it gonna be? You gonna be scrubbing the floors, or you gonna rethink that number?
How about 5,000 salt? You clean it, then we fix up your airlock.
It's a good deal. We do need air.
And we
Fair
get the
enough.
gantry over here, and we'll take this apart. We'll
Yeah,
take
alright.
we'll
Fair
take the
enough.
barge off your hands. We'll give you 5,000 salt, and we'll
Still
fix
feel
up
like
your
we're being-
airlock.
Like you're getting the better end of this deal, but all right.
Yeah, he like kicks the airlock that you're standing on because it got blown up, and he's like, you do need this to take off.
Mm-hmm.
Can you wheel me over like a big trash can I could dump the bodies into? The mystery meat.
She.
The sheep, whatever I said it was.
Yeah, we can sort that. Now, when the guy hails you on the hologram again, it's all wearing hunky dory, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then Vance steps down to his men who are waiting, and Kyandela is like standing in operations with her arms folded. She's just staring at these elves who are staring back at her. And there's like a weird kind of. It's like as if they recognize her, and she's just staring at them, daring them to say something. And then when Vance comes down, he claps and goes, "Well, lads, all's fine." And the elves all file out.
Well, that went way better than expected.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go hail the guy and say that everything went well, and I don't know, get like some bathroom spray or something. This is gonna smell.
What do you use to clean the bridge?
Like cleaning the bridge is one of my duties.
I figured someone's cleaning something because I'm sure it wouldn't smell normal-ish, which it does, given your presence there continuously.
Oh, that's because I burn these little incense sticks sometimes.
That'll do it. Yeah, maybe just get some of those over there. I assume you have a long supply of them.
Like, if man needs what he needs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should hire a cleaner. We could just get like a cleaner and have just the ship cleaned. Not be too expensive. Maybe paint it blue.
Well, so as they all file out, Kyandela turns to you. They know who I am. I'm sure of it. It's almost a paranoid statement.
Is that bad? Is that good?
Drugs. I see it in their eyes. For some reason they know who I am.
Yeah, I can tell from their eyes that they don't believe that I'm a vegetarian.
Might be the miniature grill that you keep.
It might be the breakfast still in my teeth. Either or.
That you constantly smell of sour meat.
That isn't actually real meat. I use Old Spice sour meat scented body wash.
She blinks, like her one good eye blinks at you, and then she turns to Orlon. Just be aware, my knight.
Of course. No harm will come to you.
Now, to do what you can. Strange going. Anyway,
That being said, then, can I have a wee premonition?
a premonition.
Learn one random fact about a creature or location that's pertinent to a topic you designate. So let's go topic, Cyandela, and creature, one of the elves. Let's go with the captain or something.
Okay. So you use this ability, and as you do, you see the captain on a planet, a moon. In the sky, a great gas giant dominates. People here live in like force fields, and you see he walks along the street there. It's definitely not Champ. And as he does, he's not dressed like a captain, dressed in a suit, and he has a ion blaster in his pocket. He walks in, and in that premonition, you see that he wears a badge of some sort. And that's it. The fact that you learn, he's not native to Champ.
Okay.
Take of that what you will.
Yep. Tears to mull on for now. I guess I'll go start cleaning.
Alright, so how long do you want to just spend? Because you're free to go about your business now. Like, into the actual city yourself. So, let me know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I think, like, as a group, we do the cleaning first, and then everyone can do their free time.
Yeah, so about an hour after you spoke to Vance, a wheeled skip appears. It's got its own furnace built into it. Like, he kept his promise.
Stop burning some bodies!
The force choke thing, technically not a force choke, it withers the target.
Yeah.
Can I just try that on the mound of flesh, just see if I can just reduce the juice a bit?
Yeah, so as you
I'll just spend the hour just like withering it.
Yeah, it desiccates, but kind of like in a different mode, it makes it more difficult to clean up. Because like as you wither it, it's got like a different, it's like dusty. And as you go to pick up one, like it breaks in half, falls to the ground, and like skin particles explode up into the air. But, you know, yeah, the juice does evaporate.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to put it.
I think it's better to sweep dust than it is to
Yeah, but the problem is...
slop meat around.
The problem is the breathing in of the particles. It's like pretty gross.
Oh, yeah, well, that only applies to people that breathe, so
Oh, yeah, true.
you didn't think about it.
That's very true. I forgot that you don't need to breathe.
If I wasn't desensitized to this sort of stuff by slaughtering whales for a living for 10 years, this would really get to me. But actually, I already feel like eating meat again.
I guess it's me and Everest on clean-up duty then, the two people that don't give a shit.
Ah, thanks, fine. I'll...
Fair enough.
So what is Alia up to, Todd?
Well, if we're off the ship now, and then everything's sorted and resolved to getting the barge off, I guess she's gonna follow or take in. Actually, I do have a plan. If people leaving the ship, I've missed this part.
They've been cleaning for the last couple of hours.
Okay. Alia's gonna slip away and check the local surroundings quickly.
Alright, so you step out onto the main platform and you have to take a grab lift to drag you away from Centria Temple. And as you do, it's as if this thing you stand on, this lift, it speeds along the top of this temple, this flat kind of landing bay that's huge, and then it like stops immediately, but there's no like force, like magic. It's like you don't feel any G-force for speed, and then you kind of lower into the temple itself into a transparent tube, and from there you can see the great temple below, dedicated to this planet's sun god. And great lights twinkle all along this huge, like inside of this chamber. It's like this large landing pad that you're in is hollow on the inside, and eventually this lift drops you on the floor, and the floor is made out of like large cobbles, obviously imported in from somewhere else because the whole planet's made of like steel. So the inside of this temple itself, Alia, is like a city in itself, but it's very cavernous and open.
Is there anywhere that might, look like it would buy and sell armament?
No, not inside the temple. If you'd like to leave and then go into the actual capital proper.
Yeah, that's the plan.
So, imagine what Midgar looks like on the upper plate.
Yep.
That is what the outside looks like, like roads, steel towers, skyscrapers, little districts with small amounts of greenery that's artificial, and like urban areas for people to live in. People go about their usual business. Almost Earth-like, really, but like from ground level, it's almost Earth-like.
Yeah, she'll have a little peruse, but ultimately she's looking for ship outfitting.
Okay, so eventually you do find a dwarven forge, and as you approach, you see it's called the Weird Anvil, and outside you see a group of purple-skinned dwarves with bald heads, smoking pipes, playing cards and drinking.
Oh, this is a delightful place. Excuse me, gentlemen. May I interrupt you? May I call you gentlemen?
Yeah, they all seem to... the only way you can determine age in them is by the wrinkles in their skin, because they've all got like white hair. But one of them does step up off of his stall. What do you want?
Looking for somewhere where I can outfit my vessel with some weaponry. Could you possibly point me in the right direction?
No need to point you, lass. Arrived there.
Oh, excellent. I'm afraid you have me at a bit of a disadvantage. You see, I'm not particularly caught up with the latest fashions in blasting things out of the sky. So, is there any advice you could offer me in terms of...
Yeah, come on in. And he opens up the door, and you have to bend down to get in because the linen's only up to 5 foot. And inside you see he's got models of ships hanging from the ceiling. And he's got a large warehouse out the back with gantries running up the sides. And inside you can see he's got personal ships hanging from hooks. He says, "Look, what sort of ship have you got?" And I'm assuming, Ollie, you explain what type of ship you got. He goes, "Right."
Really shitty one.
Yeah, he says, I mean, I guess we could outfit you with a particle lance. They're quite common around here. Not cheap, mind.
Well, what could I expect to be able to do with a particle lance?
Well, it's charged, so you never need to buy ammunition. And each particle lance is good for at least 8 to 12 shots, depending on how powerful you want to use it. If not...
Would it take down an Imperial class destroyer that is chasing you?
Are you joking? You need at least 30 particle lances to do.
Oh.
On the cheaper side, though, lass, we got the ion cannons, right? Blast of electricity.
Could that take down a chasing Imperial, just hypothetically, Imperial class destroyer?
Not a destroyer, no. Smaller ship, maybe disable it momentarily, maybe break some shields.
How much of the particle lance, sir?
30,000 salt.
Oh.
Right, how does salt translate into credit?
Yeah, I was just about that to
For the
ask.
sake of brevity, it's just 1 for 1, and we're not doing any of that
Oh,
shit.
no, it needs to be 1 for 2. 1 credit, 2 salt, that's what it needs to be. 13 or 30, sir?
30.
The ion cannon?
Yeah, well, He says that's a top grade one, right? For every grade below, we take off maybe 3k.
Right.
Just in terms of gameplay, Todd, that's like level 1 to like level 10. Because obviously everything has a level 1 to 10 in this game. So
I
level 10.
AFK for a while, the baby's awake. So.
Okay, yeah. A level 10 particle lance would,
It's 30.
would be 30k, yeah.
So level 5 would be 15k, right?
Yeah. But bearing in mind that level 5 is half the quality of it. Yeah, well, that's up to you.
Well, I've only got 17,000, so I'm going to have to go and see if I can collab with anyone. Oh, I'm afraid I don't think I can give you that much. I would very much like to do further business, though. Is there anything I can get for this? And she'll, like, rather naively show him everything she has.
Well, how much is it?
17,358.
17,000.
Yeah. If I'm adding 15,000 onto the credits that I already have, then yeah, that's what I've got.
He does say, well, you get a pretty decent autocannon.
Will that take out an Imperial class destroyer?
Look, lass, you don't have a ship that's capable of doing that. Not without being incredibly lucky with some armor-penetrating bullets and explosive rounds. If you aim for the fusion drive, then perhaps yes. But even that's not going to destroy it, that's going to stop it. Stop it moving. Have you seen an Imperial class destroyer, lass? Have you seen it?
Yes, I think my father has one named after him. May I ask, what about smaller ships, like boarding barges and fighters?
We have some.
As in, will this weapon quite easily take care of those?
Yes. Oh yeah, an autocannon can take care of a personal fighter. An autocannon can even go toe-to-toe with the same sort of ship that you have.
And sir, I would like to take you up on your offer.
I will have to let you know that the problem with autocannons are the ammunition.
But will you provide me with some?
I can. But you gotta remember, they have ammunition. No recharge from your fusion drive. You need ammunition. You will run out. Like 500 rounds a minute.
Well, there is one possible other thing. It seems like you're all very resourceful individuals, and you seem like a very fine and upstanding gentleman. I'm very interested in the particle lances, and my friends are exceptionally resourceful. I could offer you this, and a service that you may need in any other description.
Are you?
There must be some kind of deal we can make.
I didn't think you were that type of lass. Look,
She
I'm not
gives
interested.
him a blank look.
I'm not interested in human ladies. No offense, but I'm interested in salt and only salt.
Not following.
He looks confused.
You know, we've done lots of things. We've fetched things for people. We've taken out some. We've done some delivery services.
Oh, you mean that? Yes.
There must be something you need
Yes.
help with.
None in particular.
Right, well, in that case, I guess I'll be back a bit later on. Thank you.
Remember the weird anvil. It's the sign.
Yes, will do. Thank you. And she'll spend her time before you jump back over, trying to look to see if there's any, before she heads back to the ship, trying to see if there's any sort of like budget tire places.
Not nearby. I mean, you're in a business district, so you've got like restaurants, bars, and stuff like that. Nothing else that sells like weaponry. This place that sells like personal weaponry.
Nah, I don't want to do that. It's getting fed up of our ship getting torn apart.
Okay.
After a while, then she'll start to head back.
Okay. just writing in the journal, guys, so... It... Except... Orlon uses premonition. Yeah, any of you want to do anything else after the cleaning?
Everest is gonna go shopping for barbecue supplies.
I mean, yeah, we're not gonna roleplay that. You can get some.
And after that, he's just barbecuing in front of the ship, living life.
Alright, that's written down. What about Tane?
Try and find a good bar.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go far. You leave, get out, and I mean, you'd basically be in the same district that Alia's in, buying mass weaponry. When you find a pretty much like your fan's doing that thing. Hey, when you find a sort of dive bar. And all manner of customers inside. And unlike Imperial Space, that you've been familiar with for the last God knows how long, nobody has a second glance at your arm. Does not matter to them.
Cool.
You walk in and, you expect someone to be quite xenophobic towards your used steel, but no one gives a... And as you sit down, you see there's quite a drunk, broad-shouldered, bugbear-looking fellow. He just immediately, grunts, gets another bottle, pours, a drink to his left and right. One for you, one for whoever's sitting next to him.
Cheers.
Grunts at you.
Happy drinking or upset drinking?
Drugs.
Alright then.
I have a feeling he might not speak your language. But the guy next to him, this dwarf, is like, yeah, I'll take that, and just keep taking his drinks. The bartender, a blue-skinned human, is just doing his business. So you spend the day at a bar. I'm assuming you grab some food, some drinks.
Yeah, I just want to pick up on some possible rumors around here, basically.
Okay. I go for an intellect roll. Difficulty 3.
By the way, if Alia runs into either Tane or Everest while she's out, she's going to ask to borrow 12,642 credits.
We'll get to that in a second. Right, so Tane, you begin basically snatching little bits of information, and you over here behind you, see that ship arrive. And you hear the human behind you is almost kind of olive-skinned human, and when I'm saying I mean olive green skinned. He says, "Yeah, did you see that ship arrive?" And his dwarven friend, who's got his arms folded, goes, "Fucking huge, wasn't it? Wonder what you're doing here." And in front of you, the bartender places another glass down, a clean one. Says, "What are you doing here then, yeah?" Straight to you, Tane.
Trying to have a drink.
Oh, I meant on the planet. You're obviously an off-worlder.
Oh, me just trying to have a drink. Based in my crew. We need to get the ship fixed a bit.
Yeah, well, city's been busy. The conglomerate arrived yesterday.
Excuse my ignorance, but who are they?
Fuck, you know, the people from the Shad Kingdoms, those big corporate places. And then,
Right.
Tane, you're immediately your memory is going back maybe a week or two. You remember, took a job for one of the conglomerate.
Right? Yeah. They don't visit often then?
Oh no, this is the first time we've seen them in centuries. They came in this huge pleasure barge.
Alright. It seems odd.
Oh,
Shut up like that.
completely odd. The worst thing is they've just disappeared now. It's gone overnight. Some say stealth technology.
That sounds cool.
God knows why they're here.
Yeah, indeed. Another one, please.
Yeah, he just pours you another one. Anyway, that's your rumor roll.
I'll sit around for like an hour actually drinking because Thane likes to drink.
Yeah. And
Eventually head back to the ship after.
the hairy alien next to you is just asleep with his face down by the time you leave, by the way. And the dwarf has stolen his bottle. It's just talking absolute nonsense about like engineering and the people in the slums and kind of random stuff and magic. So yeah, Alia, who would you like to bump into? You pick.
Where was Tane again? I know where Everest was. He was barbecue shopping, but
Yeah, Tane was in a bar.
yeah, should we go to Tane?
Alright, so Tane, you do come across Alia.
Mr. Tane.
Hey.
Hello.
We're still at the bar on the way back.
You guys pick. It's up to you.
Drink?
Yes, if we have anything non-alcoholic, that'd be fantastic.
Huh.
I was wondering if I could ask you something.
You can always ask whatever you want.
Well, you see, it's a little unorthodox for the captain to ask this, but I don't know about you. I've been getting a bit fed up recently with how our ship's been treated in recent journeys, and it just occurred to me that we might want to defend ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I've managed to find a good deal on a particle lance, but I need a little bit of help financially. You see, I think it's probably a good bet that I've been cut off from my family's holdings.
Right. And how do you propose that will work exactly? Because ship's your property, right? So we'd be investing in it, and would you
Well,
like...
if we take another job, I feel it only fair to return that investment to you with a little bit of interest.
No, skip the interest, but at least if I know I'm getting paid back, that's fine. How much do you need?
12,000 credits.
12,000. Right, so how about...
12,642 credits to be exact.
Mm-hmm. Right, well, Everest should have some as well, so can we split that? Does that seem alright?
Yes, I think I spotted him out of the corner of my eye in the barbecue section.
Well, that's quite likely. Are you in a rush with this or not?
No, I just wanted to be able to make sure we felt a little bit safer on the proverbial road before we left.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's go find Everest and see what he's up to.
Alright, Everest. While you're wandering about you're like in one of the aisles and you've got a shopping basket, going about your business. Can I have you make an intelligence check? Difficulty 5. If you've got like any perception or any awareness or any skills that you think would help.
I have danger instincts.
Is that a skill?
No, you have to activate it.
So no, just make an intelligence check. Difficulty 5. Alright. So
I'm very meat focused right now. It's very difficult to recognize what's fake meat here in this elf city, so he's on the lookout.
as you've learned by walking around, it's not just an elf city, it's absolutely jam-packed with all types of different... But you do notice someone approaching you, but a bit too late. It almost makes you jump. And this human stands there, stares at you. Wearing a suit. Bald. He has a pair of glasses on, and he takes them off and puts them in his pocket. Everest. I presume.
Can't come up with a fake name so quickly, so yes, let's say I'm Everest.
I'm going to reach into my pocket for something. Don't be alarmed.
Are you gonna pull out your dick in a supermarket?
He sighs. And a slight smile. He pulls out something from his inside pocket. And it's the first thing you see is a hilt.
And Everest isn't scared of swords, so...
It's like a knife. And it's got like a leather sheath with a clip. And he goes to put it into your hand. Take it. Take it, Everest, and you'll know when to use it.
Okay. Is this like some... Are you trying to sell me cutlery? Like, is this a sample product?
You really don't. He takes a step back, looks around. My God. Look, you can be forgiven. Need to do the right thing. Need the kind of like just like takes a few steps back and then like shuffles into the other aisle and disappears.
Everest like stares at the dagger and he's like, he doesn't know which organization they've pissed off this man belonged to.
You couldn't quite tell.
Well, Everest puts the dagger into his pocket.
Alright. I'm gonna whisper you something.
Okay.
Write that in your inventory.
I'll put it in.
Hold on. Back on the are you leaving or are you staying back on the ship?
Unless anyone's asked him to go somewhere, he's probably just going to stay on the ship, seeing as Cayendela seems to be worried, so he's probably just sparring in the cargo bay.
Yeah, so you would see after the few hours that the rest of the crew have gone doing their thing, that a crew arrives to set up like a crane and a gantry around the right side of the ship where the airlock is. And you hear that sound of welding and the gantries being put up and the clonk and the clanks and all the banging and the racket. And you see, like, all throughout these hours, Cayendela, like, pacing. She keeps looking up where the sound's coming from, shakes her head, off, muttering to herself.
I can start approach her. Is there something troubling you, my queen?
I told you, my knight. Something's not quite right. I don't.
Would you like me to keep an eye on them?
Yes, please. I don't have the eye of power. The eye of life. You'll feel weak. You cannot tell when people are drawing daggers beside me.
I will go and investigate, but you should not worry yourself.
Go.
You'll head outside, see what's going on.
Yeah, there's about 12 or so workmen just going about their business, trying to weld the edges of the airlock just to like get. And they see they've set up like a bed of sorts in a gantry to capture the barge. That's it. And what you do approach one of them, like a dwarf who's straddling the barge, he looks down and goes, "That isn't what he looks like, son."
What is it supposed to look like?
Oh,
And
never
what do you
mind.
think it looks like?
I'm just riding a. And then you hear one of the other guy goes, "A chode," and he's like, "Yeah."
Oh, it's one of those sex things.
One of the elves goes, "Bundle of lass him." The classic workmen, and you see they're all just going about their business as usual.
Yeah. Even though it looks pretty normal, I think he just for the sake of Kyandela, just sits there and watches them.
Okay. Alright, Alia, Tane. I'm assuming you find Everest.
Yep.
Leaving with a bunch of supplies.
What's the depletion for my grill?
I think I said something along the lines of 1 in 100, wasn't it? So yeah, Todd, Alia,
Yes.
you and Payne, you meet up with him.
Oh, Mr. Everest.
Hello. Look, I have sausages and ribs. That's also sausages, but they're like shaped like pretzels. That's mystery meat. I couldn't recognize the creature it's from, so I bought 3 sets.
Sounds delicious. Me and Mr. Tane are looking to invest in our ship. Well, my ship. And I'm looking to return that investment. We were wondering if you would be interested in taking part to better the ship.
Okay, see, the way you phrased that was, we are looking to invest into the ship, and I was on board. And then you clarified that it is your ship. And now I'm here thinking, why am I investing in your ship? With my money?
I was planning on returning Mr. Tane's money after our next job, hopefully. Of course, that courtesy would also extend to you.
So I'm lending you money.
Effectively, yes.
But you are a sought-after criminal. How could I trust you with my money?
Well, in truth, you probably can't. But I'll also give you the button to a big particle lance that will keep our ship safe and you safe while you travel on it.
Well, you should have started with the particle lance, but that's way more interesting. He gets out his checkbook.
Checkbook. Space checkbook.
What was it? 3,000 each?
It would be around, no, I think it's more than that, 6,321.
Oh boy, I've subtracted it. You better not be getting ripped off by some halfling in the back alley.
Well, actually, leads me to my next question. I was wondering if one of you or both of you would accompany me back and just make sure I'm not being completely ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tane is the right man for the job. I'll barbecue. And you'll have some mystery meat waiting for you once you get back.
Alright.
That's great, thank you.
So, the 3 of you head towards the weird anvil, I'm assuming?
Well, the 2 of them.
Oh, okay. Right, so both of you head over to this warehouse. While there, you see the same purple-skinned dwarf, white beard again.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Oh, you're back so soon."
Very good, sir. We were hoping to actually purchase that particle lance.
Oh. What grade?
The 30,000 one, please.
He's like on O of shock. Oh, you really want to pack some punch, don't you?
Well, we've run into quite a bit of trouble, as you can imagine.
Well, how about you give me a day to get that, and wherever your ship is berthed, I'll be there to haul it.
Yes. I'll give him the details of the hangar.
Yeah, okay, you give him the details, and he says, tomorrow. We'll be there.
Thank you very much. Well, I must say, Mr. Tane, I am significantly lighter now. In fact, I can honestly say, for the first time in my life, I haven't had a penny to my name.
Obviously, lass, don't give me the credits yet. We'll manufacture the deal tomorrow when we arrive with the particle lance. Yeah? So,
Excellent.
alright.
Thank you.
Alright, so, meanwhile, all on. Can you make me an intelligence check, difficulty 5? I've just checked your skills, you don't have anything relevant.
I will effort it.
Okay.
Never mind.
Alright, so you sit there and you just watch the crew, right? board. And
Yep.
eventually, like after a few hours' work, they managed to separate the barge, and then use the wheels. They unclip the brakes, and then wheel it away, leaving an open hole in the side of your ship. And then immediately they begin to head into the ship. Kai and Dell is nowhere to be seen. And then they begin using all of their tools to lift up the door to the airlock, and they're gonna. So you now have them in the ship, in different parts of the ship.
Okay.
One of them comes back from the bridge and is like, "Fuck!" Just holding his nose. Don't go in there, lads.
That's one place they won't go, at least. I guess he follows the... I was going to say the majority, but no, he'll follow the solos.
Alright. Yep.
The ones disappearing on their own.
And eventually you come across the elf that had spoken earlier. He's not in the engine room, but so he's near the near the lounge, and he's just looking up on he's basically near engineering, right? And he's looking up at the ceiling. You approach, turns. He's not jumped by your presence, and he goes, looks up and goes, "Man, this ship's been seen better days, eh?"
I'm led to believe that's true.
At least the escape pods are still intact. Ding ding.
It's good to know.
Uh-huh. And he just wanders off whistling.
I guess all just follows him along.
Yeah, he just
creepily.
he gets about 20 feet across the lounge and he turns and he goes, "You come in then?"
Yeah.
Alright. Trustful, I guess. Wanders back towards the airlock to try to fix it with the rest of his crew.
Yes. And he follows him.
Okay, so I'm assuming the crew congregates later on. Back at the ship, yeah? Mm-hmm. So about 6 to 8 hours go by. When evening descends on this planet, the entire sky is lit up colourful. Like I explained before, the solar system, where all the planets orbit, are filled with this colourful green and blue haze. And the ship's locked down, the airlock has been fixed. Good 9 to 10 hour job. And the barge is no longer attached.
So, while I was out, they mentioned that big conglomerate pleasure board showed up here and then disappeared. Probably cloaked. No? We don't care about that?
Well, are you asking the elf or us?
No, this is when we're back on the ship.
Yeah, you're
First hands everyone burgers.
Why is that? I'm not eating this, thank you. Why is that bad for us again?
Well, we're meant to do a job for them, took the payment, and didn't really follow through on it, right?
Oh, those guys.
So, you want to spend their money tomorrow?
It's all rather exciting, isn't it? I guess we'll have something to fend them off with.
I'm not sure if that's going to work against that ship, if it comes to that.
Pleasure barge, though, right? Surely it's not armed.
Huh. Wouldn't count on
Armed for pleasure.
it. What do we know about the ship from previous time being on?
You were on the ship, weren't you? Your first mission was to get on a pleasure barge. Well, you remember it did have 2 autocannons, but it wasn't a very big ship. It was a sort of personal ship. But it was armed and armoured. The one you encountered, anyway. You don't know because it wasn't very big, and they're saying that this one was huge.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not the same ship, but still wouldn't count on it being unarmed.
I find it hilarious that the conglomerate apparently only uses pleasure barges in various sizes for everything. Not a different ship, it's just a bigger pleasure barge.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we could worry about them, but it doesn't even feel to me like we're worrying about the Imperium all that much, so it feels weird to worry about the tinier threat to us.
Alright, I just thought I'd mention it.
Diane is quiet. This doesn't feel right.
Being hunted by the pleasure barge, or
People stop putting 50p in the dickhead.
You just speak to me, princess.
I think I've made a point of not speaking to. Please tell her. I think I've made a point of not speaking to her since we've been several hollow, empty promises.
I don't follow, princess.
Right.
Our queen has delivered on everything we've desired.
who I have
Last
a
I
banging
remember, she
grill.
offered, you left.
Why that?
So,
You know what would break this silence? Burgers.
Mm-hmm.
So using the mystery meat, it.
Well, you
really
can
does
have
make
some
me
of the
nervous.
sausages instead, then. The mystery meat is... Well, I don't want to spoil the taste to you, but, you know how there's meat and there's vegetables? Well, this mystery meat is further on this side. It's more meat than meat. It's incredible.
Then we'll have a go. See if it's alright.
Depending how much you've spent on it.
Yeah, I'll just subtract like 100 credits.
Oh, that's quite expensive mystery meat.
I did say it wasn't actually mystery meat, it was just an alien he didn't know and he just bought it.
Alright. So, as the evening descends, burgers are had. Pain, your buzz is beginning to wear off.
Alright. How's the burger?
Not a bit of gristle in sight. In fact, it's smooth, almost like pate.
It was made on a level 6 artifact grill, I'll have you know.
Impressive.
Yeah, so it's tasty. Those of you who want to take rests can go ahead, like any of you.
I don't think I need... Oh no, wait, I still do need like a lot of stuff.
Are we doing like a full night rest, are we?
Yeah, but obviously if you want to use your
Yeah.
like action minute, go ahead.
Yes, yes, yes. Remember that everyone gets +2 to their rolls.
Yeah, for the first time since we started this campaign, Everest is full.
Same. Well, not since first.
Is everyone full then?
I believe
Uh,
Alia
really?
needs a little bit of might.
A little bit of might, I'll have a little roll. And that's enough.
Would be 4 as well because Don's aura.
Yes.
So, anything else wanted to do during the night?
I guess Everest looks at his dagger if there's like any sign of what faction has given it to him on it.
No, but as like, do you draw it from its sheath? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you do, like along its hilt and along its edge, like runes light up in like white arc light. They just go vroom, 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 all the way down the edge.
The bag. Well, can't use that to cut me.
Yeah. No.
And then he puts it back into his pocket.
Hmm? So that's it.
That's it. He really doesn't know what to do with it yet. When the time comes.
Alia,
Yep.
what do you do?
It's just the evening, right?
Yeah, it's dark and quiet throughout the ship.
Oh, that's ominous. She'll. Well, if it's in the evening and we're all staying on the ship, probably be like nightly weapon cleans. Also, probably maintenance. It's been a while since she's had a look around and grease things up.
Okay. Do you want to make me?
I know that they fix things, but it's just general look and wear and tear.
Do you want to just make me a bog standard intellect check? I've checked your sheet. You you have an inability in it, so can you make an intellect check, please?
Inability in what, sorry?
Danger and perception. Like,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
asking you for a perception awareness check, and you've got an inability. But just roll a d20 to see what.
For some reason it's not letting me. 1 second.
Yeah, because you're not logged in.
Why is it doing that? Oh, I know why. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, you're just
no.
not logged into Foundry.
That's weird. My Wi-Fi's gone down on the computer.
You're still there though. Would you
Yeah,
like
it
me
won't.
to roll
To
it?
be fair, please do. Yeah, it won't take me long to come back online. Every now and then, my thing goes off.
It's free, so yeah, you just failed. Sorry.
Bad times. That wouldn't have happened if I'd have done it.
Yeah, you rolled a 17, which is quite high, and then obviously you got an inability. Right,
Yeah.
so you go about your business, fixing things, moving things around, greasing things up, checking the escape pods, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Tane?
Nothing really.
Alright.
We're taking burgers and have some more of the good booze that we kept on the ship.
Oh yeah, the gin. I forgot you had loads of that. Yeah, just get out the good gin.
We took their money, took their gin, and didn't do their mission.
Very true, yeah. What about Orlon? Does he do anything this evening, or is he just spits?
He is once again trying to stretch his sorcerous mind and have a little premonition,
Okay.
with the location being the ship and the topic being danger or subterfuge.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Let me read the ability.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so danger and ship. Right, so learn that the ship's in. Get this sense that the ship.
Okay. Good to know. I will probably head to the bridge.
Alright. Everest, what would you be doing in the bridge at this point?
Everest usually just sleeps in the bridge.
Yeah.
Just everything in the bridge. So he's just sleeping in the pilot's chair.
Yeah, and the door opens behind you. Orlon walks in.
Wake up and put some clothes on.
He's there in his boxers. They have hearts on them. You can tell they are of elvish design. My master Orlon, buddy, why?
Just don't like looking at you like that.
And he slaps his belly. Fine. and pulls out his spacesuit and just slips it on just his underpants.
Wildly better, thank you.
Did you want a nightly chat? Did you want the magazines I promised you?
Oh yeah, I'll have the magazines. But I wasn't here for a chat. I don't know how to explain it to someone without the ability, but like Hyandela, I have a bad feeling.
How
I
much
think
of
we're in
mystery
danger.
meat? Oh, not the mystery meat.
Not the mystery meat. That was nice.
Well, should I run scans?
If you could.
Everest starts scanning the vicinity.
Alright, do you have anything in computers or anything that would help you?
Nope, you can just pilot.
Alright, can you make a intelligence check? 6.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can effort twice at this point. So that's the first one is 3, the next one is 2, right? That means I have to spend 4 total because I have 1 edge, 12, so I put 2 effort in. And well, that didn't do it.
Yeah, you needed 4. Alright, you begin, you load up the diagnostics. You begin running it, and as you and Orlon just chit-chat for about 5 minutes, the bar completes.
If there's time going on, I'll probably call the captain.
Okay. And then it comes back, diagnostics complete. And the screen comes up with the usual viruses, but nothing untoward. Viruses that you obviously have installed by watching too much space porn.
No, that one that makes snowfall on the startup screen. Now, well, the ship seems fine, other for this, being a piece of shit. Can I scan out the area around the ship?
Yeah, you can do like a short distance array scan or a long distance. Like you normally, what you do to get the distance, like when you are approaching planets, that's a long distance array scan, right? That's what brings up like information and stuff like that. Short distance is the local area around the ship. It's normally within about 500 kilometers.
Let's just do the local area because I feel like if we scan a city.
Yeah, that takes a while, by the way. Like, it's all boom, because it's like a lot of objects. Normally in space, it just shoots out and it detects any nearby ships, any foreign objects, etc. This one, it maps out. They're like the radar blip goes out and maps out almost everything within within about, because there's so much data. It's more like it's within about 5 kilometers, and just begins scanning those images. Just brings up a map of them. It basically detects a fuck ton of things, from all the ships around you, all of their details, their weapons, percentage threat, and all that kind of stuff. Your ship's nearly overloaded with data when you do it, but it doesn't really find up anything as a threat, no, other than obviously all the cannons.
Well, I've done the mechanical scanning all on. I don't know if there's a magical threat or anything like that. I can't detect that.
Okay. Keep your eyes peeled then. I'll go speak to the captain.
That means you want me to stay awake.
I'd assume you'd do that anyway, piloting, but
I didn't know it's in the pitch of the night. I was gonna scratch my belly, turn around. But no, this is a state of alert. You're saying you want me in?
yeah.
Okay. Well, sure. Okay. I'll keep scanning.
That's fine.
No, I can't. I'm well full.
Okay.
Speak to you later. Good talk.
Yeah. Turn around and go.
So, I'm assuming those of you who haven't gone to bed would be around the lounge, so... anyone in the lounge? I mean, Kai and Della is at the moment, and she's like got her hands over her face. She just keeps shaking her head.
Sandela, what's up?
There's
You seem
something blocking it. She stands from the sofa. There is something blocking my... Look, brings her hand out. You see, like, the blue lights. You see, like, as she's, like, you know, using her magic.
what do I see?
Yeah, you see, like, the lights, but they're not as bright as before. They're, like, sputtering. Something here. Felt this before. Like pacing back and forward. Something is blocking my senses.
And do you know what that might be?
I cannot detect. Like scratches at the stitches on her left socket. Just can't. She like puts her hands over her temples. If she's got a headache.
Right, well, I'm not really sure what to do about it. We're getting our ship repaired. We're flying what and then we're leaving tomorrow. So I get that you're saying this is right, but what do you want us to do? Leave now? Is it something here that's not right, or
Don't know. Just don't know. It's something on this ship.
on this ship?
Or nearby. Something is stopping my magic.
With a fucking magic knife.
Yeah, she's just like
Which I obviously don't know about.
I cannot sense. Normally, I get a premonition. Normally, I can do something. Normally, my magic extends, but it doesn't. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't feel the same things that I do, doesn't have the sort of cosmic reach that I do. I mean, no offense, Tane. Difficult to explain to someone with such a small understanding.
Oh no, I get it. I mean, you probably have no idea how this works.
I could do if I... That's beside the point.
He smiles at
Something is not right. I've been saying this all day. My throne is being denied to me. Somebody in here, nearby, is stopping me.
Yeah.
She then like...
How can I help you find out, or does Orlon need to do this? Because I don't know. Like you said, I don't know about it, so you can keep asking me to find out about it,
Yeah,
but I don't have a clue.
She then continues, but I don't know either. That's what's so frustrating, not knowing. Do you think Ali has turned against me?
No.
How do you know?
But
She's been nothing but rude and crass to me, and I am her queen.
I feel like she doesn't really see it that way, so that might be related. Also, I think that's just... She's just having a difficult time.
But why?
She's been estranged from her family,
Estranged?
more or less.
Is it because I had slain her brother? But it is my right to kill any of my subjects.
You might feel that way, I'm pretty sure they don't.
Like, paces again.
I guess Orlon comes through at a point around now.
Mm-hmm.
I get a sense we're in danger. I don't like it.
Ah, you as well, huh?
Yeah. Everest doesn't detect anything. I'm gonna go scour the ship. I guess he walks through at that point.
Alia, where are you, by the way?
Probably engine room or fixing or
So you're
greasing things
actually,
up.
yeah, you're actually quite close to the lounge then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you can slightly overhear people are talking outside. So where does Orlon end up?
I guess what he's gonna do is, remembering where he followed people earlier, go and retrace and look at the things they were looking at.
You need to make me intelligence check, difficulty 6.
Okay. I guess I will double effort it. Cool story, bro.
Do you want to spend an experience?
No.
Okay. So you follow and retrace all the steps of like what you saw earlier, people moving around. Eventually, your last port of call is that where that elf was standing. And you go to and you see Alia. Alia, like the door opens automatically, and Orlon steps in, and then is just looking up at like all of the like the silver air conditioning pipes, sort of like almost like silver snakes, like entwined above your heads. And like so, Alia is kind of like on the floor with her toolkit out, going about her business in the engineering. And behind you, Alia, you just see Orlon looking up, like.
Orlon?
Alia,
You
princess.
well?
No. I have a sickening feeling that we're in trouble. I can't explain it, but I feel it. I almost see it.
Do you feel as though we should take precautions on the ship?
Think so. I've asked Everest to scan, but he's seen nothing. I've looked myself, and I've seen nothing. But something troubles Kyandela. It troubles me too.
Well, as much as I hate to admit it, anything that troubles her will probably be bad for each of us.
Keep your eyes open while you're down there.
Will do. I've got the intercom if needs be.
Gonna continue my search.
Alright, so Everest. Did you go straight back to sleep? Were you like
No, he's like hanging out and does what. Well, he doesn't really know what to do since he did what he can do. So he's just hanging out in the bridge, turning on the lights outside once in a while, checking if there's like little demons sitting on there. And otherwise, he's just reading some space magazine for the articles.
Alright, so Everest. I'm gonna give you a GM intrusion.
Yeah, I'll take a gem intrusion.
Who do you give the other experience to?
I think Orlon is currently working very hard and needs some help.
Orlon gets an experience. Everest. You turn this.
Thank you.
You're doing that thing where you lean out, you turn it off, turn the switch on, and you can see outside on the bay. On, off, on. And then you feel a slight buzzing, like almost like a vibration. And you turn behind you to look at the door, and you're like, okay, the door's. And you turn back to the screen, flick the lights on, nothing out there. Flick the lights off, you hear that buzzing again, and you look behind you, and then you slowly look up to the ceiling. At Everest, above you, there is a bug, an insect, probably about like the size of like an open palm, right? It looks like a moth, or like a golden like moth, and it's like situated above. And you look up, and then that's the last thing you remember. we'll switch back to Orlon.
Yes.
So Orlon, you walk out of engineering as you see up on the bridge, Everest walks out. Well, just yawns and begins walking down. Sits on the sofa opposite Kyandela. His feet up on the table. She's just staring at him.
Okay. I don't think he takes too much note of it. He's more focused on looking for things at the moment, so he's quite focused on carry on.
Alright, Alia, I need you to make an intelligence check. Intellect check.
Yep.
Difficulty 6.
Mhm.
Alright, so you're... Tane, where are you now? Are you still in the lounge?
Yeah.
Yeah, just okay. So yeah, as you're about to take your drink, Alia, you hear something. You turn and look behind you. Look up at the silver rigging above you. This feels very strange. You can hear something, ever so slightly. I'm going to give the entire group a GM intrusion.
Alright.
You all get 2 experience points.
No, 2 experience points each. This is turning out to be a very lucrative death.
Yes. Talking of that, Alia, above you there's a huge bang, and a wave of fire washes through the ship. That's where we're going to end today's session.
Oh shit!
And everyone gets a level up.
No, you don't.
And everyone gets a level up.
We're going
There
to
you
end today's session early for the next 2 weeks because we're going to begin something lengthy that we wouldn't be able to finish on time. But yes,
Yeah, that's fair.
there is a huge explosion and a wave of fire washes through the ship. Where we're just going to...
I love explosions. That's really good. Good thing we got that ship fixed up.
Yeah. Anyway, there was plenty of opportunity to try. The rolls just weren't there today.
Yeah, like
Apparently
we
not.
both Orlon and Everest, like we edged twice. Like
I gave you the opportunity, and many times. However, the rolls weren't in your favour. But we'll get to what happens next session.
When we next play, is it not next Tuesday after? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
the 20th, hopefully.
okay, see you then. Good night.
Yeah.